Welcome back everyone to 24 Hours Hardcore. I just lost half my health doing that intro. That is right everyone, we are back and the grass has barely spread. But we have 18 hours left to kill in this world and I think I know what I want to do next. I would like to see if I can set up a sheep farm and everything, which is going to be a little more complicated than it sounds. Because as you guys might know, we have been trying to get this grass to spread across the entire area, and whilst it's kind of going at a decent speed, it's taking a long time. So yeah, that's what we're going to work on right now, and I think our first objective is probably to get a sheep. You know, like building a pen for them can come later and stuff. We should probably actually get the sheep first. So right, coming back over to the spawn islands and stuff, these islands do look really impressive. Like, as annoying as it is that this is entirely ocean and stuff, it is really cool. Oh, whoa, hold on, did I just... Oh my gosh, how did my eye catch that? Okay, I saw a baby zombie though, so I'm a little bit nervous about this, but was that a zombie spawner? Oh gosh, the child is still alive. It would help if I actually got a weapon out. Oh gosh, there's two of you guys. Okay, brilliant. My weapon is broken. Can I just get in there and light that up? No, don't spawn. Don't spawn. Spawn nothing else. You've done a good enough job. You don't need to spawn anything else. Yeah, it is just a zombie spawner. Ooh, bucket. Okay, you know what? It's not the most useful stuff, but it's not the worst either. And there's some iron here, which is useful. But anyway, back to what we're supposed to be doing and everything. I need to find a sheep, which I believe there should be a couple somewhere over here. Like, as long as they haven't despawned, I'm pretty sure that there was a couple over here. And by the looks of it, there's actually 3. That's nice. But okay, so I don't really know how I'm going to lead you guys across the ocean, so I think the best alternative is just shove you guys in a boat and do this journey twice. Because yeah, I don't have leads yet, so this is the best we've got. Okay, so that's 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, but we can't afford 4. I don't know why, that just felt like it needed to turn into Dr. Zeus for a second. But right, so we have our sheep on the island and stuff, but of course they don't actually have a pen right now, and I could go and chuck them in with all of the mushrooms and stuff, but I kind of feel like that's just not a good idea. You know, I think we should keep the animals separate and stuff, but it does bring up the question of where on earth do I want to put them? Because I mean, like, the mushroom area was kind of the only good area for an animal pen. That's why the mushrooms are there. I could go and put them over here and stuff. The one annoying thing is I'm not sure how long it will take for the grass to spread there. Although, to be fair, the grass is going to take ages to spread everywhere, so we might as well do it. But right, so this isn't going to be anything fancy and stuff. It's quite literally just a pen for the sheep. Just like that. There we go. Look at that luxury sheep habitat right there. I mean, like, the grass is already kind of in it. It will spread. They'll be fine. But come on, guys, into your nice new home. There we go. All right, that's it. I don't care about you guys anymore. But right, so now that we have the sheep over here, what exactly are we going to do next? Well, we're moving house. That is right, this good old mushroom house, which we built 30 minutes ago and everything. It looks really nice, but like, I'm not staying here forever. And you might be thinking, Pineapple, why have you done all of this to not live here? And the reason why is because I never actually really intended for this to be my permanent home on this world. Because not only is it just kind of a little bit boring to not have any mobs at all in hardcore and stuff like that's gonna get a bit dull. But also, when we were first exploring this world and stuff, we found a really nice island which did look like it had a really cool base opportunity. So whilst this island does have its benefits and stuff, I don't exactly want to live here permanently. I feel like there's some much nicer stuff that I could do elsewhere. So then, I mean, it brings up the question, what's gonna happen to this island and why have I just brought the sheep here? Well, the answer is, this is actually going to be a bit like my sort of resource island and everything. So basically, the whole purpose of the mushroom island and this sort of circle that we've marked out to turn into grass and stuff is actually going to turn into basically the place where we come and farm everything that we need, but we're going to be living elsewhere. And the reason why I like the mushroom island as our sort of farming area a bit more is basically because it doesn't have mobs here. And of course, when you're trying to farm a bunch of resources, quite often what you need to do is AFK a decent bit. And in hardcore, that can be kind of dangerous. So by doing it here instead, where there is no threat of any hostile mobs spawning, except for phantoms, but that's easily fixed, we basically save myself a whole lot of trouble when I'm trying to get resources for better builds. So with that stated, where are we actually going to live? That's right, I would like to relocate myself over to here. Because, as I've said, there's kind of a lot of really cool building opportunities here and stuff, and I don't want to turn down the opportunity to work on those. Mushroom houses and stuff, everyone's done a mushroom house, but not everyone has done a normal house on an island. Okay, you know what? That did sound much less impressive now that I've said it out loud. But welcome everyone to what is going to be our brand new home. Now, the other advantage of moving here is because this isn't a mushroom island and like there's actually a bit more terrain around here and stuff and it's a bit taller, it should hopefully mean that we have access to some more resources. Like, I'm hoping I can probably find a bit more iron in the caves and stuff, given the fact that this island does actually have caves. So welcome everyone to our brand new home on this island, which I should probably give a name. Actually, you know what? You guys leave a name suggestion in the comments. What do we call this island and stuff? Because I mean, like, we've got Spawn Island right there, but like the Mushroom Island kind of doesn't have a name other than just the Mushroom Island. But like, it feels like this one needs a name as well. It's quite significant. But anyway, on the note of us moving here, it's about time we get to doing the basic stuff again. So we're gonna go and cut down some trees. We're going to observe the natural wildlife around here. Look at them. They're such a cute couple. And we're going to light up at least some of this area so I don't get a creeper on my bed. Oh, don't you just love causing ecological disaster with deforestation? Welcome back. It's only been like 10 minutes, as you can see from the timer. Where, yeah, I've just kind of cleared everything on the upper end of the island and stuff. I've left all of the trees down here, partially just so that, like, I definitely have saplings for them in future, but also just because I don't really think I want to mess with that part of the island too much. Like, my main sort of area is just gonna be up here. Like, I even left the trees alone down there and stuff. There's just kind of nothing I really care about doing down there. But yeah, so we have this nice sort of open area up here to work on now, and I am thinking I actually kind of don't want to work on this bit just yet. I am kind of imagining that maybe the better thing to work on would be the stuff down here, because like we need a way up the island. Because I mean, like, I'm going to be going between here and the resource island quite a bit and stuff, so I don't want to be scaling a mountain every single time. And ladders, even if they are quicker in some circumstances, I just don't want to climb them. They feel slow. They might be quicker than a staircase, but they feel slow. So what I'm thinking I might do is basically just like a mini little dock somewhere down there, and then just sort of like a ramp coming all the way up here. And then once we get all the way up to the top here and stuff, we can kind of mess with some things. Like, I'll probably put a path to whatever building we put up here, but I'm also thinking, like, to get rid of some of the dead grass, which is a little bit dull, maybe something I could do is put some farmland up here just so that I do also have a food source here. There's some really nice designs you can do with like sweet berries and stuff, even though they are an absolutely terrible food source. And as for the house which is going to go here and stuff, I think I'm going to need to lower the terrain just a little bit because that is a very sharp incline and it's not that big. Like, I mean, yeah, it's literally like 5 blocks wide up here and stuff. That's not the best for a build. So I might have to flatten out this bit just a little bit. But also, there's a design that I have in mind. There's just one slight issue. It requires mangrove wood. And we don't have mangrove wood right now. So we might just need to go on a bit of an adventure at some point. But for now, what I actually want to do, as I said, I would like to work on the sort of dock area down here and stuff, but it's going to require a bunch of stone and stone bricks and everything like that. So I'm actually going to take advantage of exactly what I said earlier about like the fact that no mobs spawn on the resource island and stuff, and I'm gonna go and get some stuff there because we're about to spend a whole lot of time smelting. Okay, so it's been a little bit of time, and I have a decent number of resources now. I mean, it's all scattered throughout my inventory, but we've got some stone, we have some cobblestone, we've got some andesite, and also some smooth stone, which I didn't initially consider, but I think it's going to be good. Now, I'm also probably going to steal some of the leftover stone bricks that we have in this chest and stuff, and also this stone cutter. By the way, breeding the sheep so far has gone really well, and I am already up to almost a stack of white wool. It's not going to be used anytime in the next few hours, probably, but, like, I do have a plan for it. So, yeah, I think I have pretty much everything I'm going to want to bring. You know what? I might actually take a bit of gravel as well, just to see if it works in the block palette for what I'm planning. But yeah, with everything collected, let's go back over to our nice island, which doesn't have a name yet. Once again, please, suggestions. I have no idea what I'm going to call it. Where is my boat? I want to get to work building this little dock sort of thing and everything, and I'm not entirely sure what it's going to look like. As with everything, I kind of just freestyle in this world. But what I do think I want to have is basically like some wooden jetties coming out into the water, maybe to around there, sort of. And then they're going to lead into a little sort of stone platform and stuff. The stone platform is going to go up some stairs to another stone platform, and then it's kind of going to transfer into a wooden platform, like coming all the way up. Like basically just zigzagging back and forth until it reaches the top, which is maybe a little bit dangerous to do in hardcore, because I mean, like, too many falls off that could kill you very easily. I'm also hearing zombies, and I don't know where they are. I assume there's a cave below me somewhere. But yeah, that's the sort of idea, and once it reaches the top, it will just be like a nice little pathway heading up here to whatever building we put here. Again, not entirely sure what it looks like. I still haven't got mangrove wood. We'll just see what happens, I guess. But I am very excited to build this because I feel like we can make something that looks really cool here. So if I just go and make myself a nice brand new pickaxe, I would wait for this tree to grow, but I don't really need the planks and stuff before we can build anything else. I can start with the stone. So yeah, with all of that said, let's get to work. Way longer than I thought it would. Welcome back, everyone. As you can see from the timer, it has been, what, maybe 2 hours since the last bit of commentary? But we have finally got it done. So as you can see, we've got like just this nice little wall heading all the way down and a staircase, and it leads to a dock, and we've got a boat. And also my other boat has been hijacked by the 2 lovebird foxes here. But no, for a simple design and stuff, I quite like the look of it, and I definitely think it's going to look better once we build something on top. But for now, it looks decent. The other thing is, up the top here, I've kind of got this staircase going down. Now, that might actually hit the ocean before it goes underground entirely. Like, I don't know if I need to rotate the staircase or something to, like, start digging in a different direction, because I'm pretty sure it's about to just, like, dig out the side of the island. And yeah, the only other thing is there's now this path which comes up from, like, the top of the staircase, and it just does this fun little loop around here, which I really like. You get a nice view over the empty ocean, and then just comes all the way around up to here, and this is where we're going to put our house, which, as a reminder, my house needs mangrove wood. Okay, well, needs is a bit of a strong term there. I want mangrove wood, and I don't currently have some. So what I want to do right now is basically just go and sail around, like, as far as I can go, pretty much. Because as far as I'm aware, mangrove swamps actually tend to spawn next to oceans and stuff. Like, they just seem to be associated quite a bit. So my hope is, if I just go and travel off in a direction, and basically once I find a coastline, because, like, there's gotta be one somewhere, surely. My hope is that once I find a coastline, I can just kind of, like, do a whole circle around and everything, and eventually find a mangrove swamp. This is all just entirely relying on complete luck and hope, but, like, surely there is mainland somewhere. Like, I know all we have right now is just a few tiny little islands, but like, surely somewhere there's something. Oh, have we found land? That looks like a plains biome. I mean, it could just be a plains island. Oh my gosh, have we finally found land? Oh, that is not what I don't need that. But no, okay, this is good. This is progress. I think we have at least found what is mainland surrounding the massive ocean that we just happened to spawn in. So my hope is if I just keep following this around, then eventually it will lead to a mangrove swamp. If it doesn't, then I'm just gonna go and find a different resource to use. But like, you know, when you have 24 hours to kill and stuff, this isn't too bad. Oh, there's a jungle over here. There's also an absolutely massive dark oak forest, which I have been sailing next to for like quite a while now, and it even continues over there. I feel like there's probably a pale garden somewhere, like given just the size of this. But no, just like whilst we're here and stuff, I might as well just... There we go, new wood obtained. That is quite the landmark. That is very tall. Oh, there's a shipwreck here and an exposed chest. Hold on. Could this have something good? Maybe buried treasure. Okay. Okay. Where's this then? That is south of me. That way? Really? Okay, well, I guess we're going on a distraction then. I should not be running around with a map that I cannot see past. There's holes here. Brilliant. It's underwater. I believe it is right here. Okay. This is very far down. Ah, wait, hold on. It's probably under this little pile of sand. There we go. Okay, well, there we go. We didn't get diamonds, which is what I was hoping for, but we did get iron, which is really nice because we have had a major shortage of that. But right, so the ocean, which I'm sort of doing a whole loop around, is back over this way, and I still haven't found a mangrove tree. Ooh. Oh, could I use cherry wood? I don't know. You know what? I'll go and grab some, but I'm not entirely sure if I'll use it in the build still. Okay, so I do not see any sign of a mangrove swamp over here. However, I do see a sign of a certain village over here. Where has it gone? It is behind this hill. Can it come back into view before I just start looking completely insane? There it is. Sorry guys, I just rocked up, stole some stuff from you, and now I'm leaving. I will actually go and loot this though as well. And with that done, back to sailing. Right, so we've hit the iceberg biome again. Okay, so I think I have literally done a loop around pretty much as far as I can go, and there is no mangrove swamp. So I guess just let's go home. Okay, so on our way back home here we are, we have arrived. I guess it's time to build our house. And annoyingly, as I have now said multiple times, we're missing one of the resources which I hoped to use. So I'm not entirely sure what this build is going to look like. I mean, like, it's probably going to look similar to what I originally thought of. But I mean, like, I was going to do the roof out of mangrove wood and stuff because it's a really nice color that I think would have worked, but now we don't have it. So I'm trying to think of blocks that we could swap out and stuff and use instead of it, but like, there's not really a similar thing. Mangrove wood is a very unique block, and annoyingly, I think some of the only other resources that I could really get that are still red or something is stuff like the mushroom blocks, which would look cool, but I don't have access to silkta. I could maybe use granite or something, but like, do I really want to? I don't think granite will look as good. I might try it. Maybe I'll go and grab some at some point and see. But to be honest, I don't know why I'm worrying about this so much right now, because the actual thing which I need to do to build this house is kind of clear away this. Like, this whole hill kind of needs to just go. Oh gosh, that means I need to move everything that's in the chest. But right, so let's go and get all of this stuff out of the way quickly. And there we go. go, we've removed it, and that is a lot of quick cuts this time. Honestly, editing this is going to be a nightmare. But anyway, so I have gone and removed the hill, and I suppose the only thing left is to actually build the house. And I'm gonna be honest, despite the fact that I have now had like an hour to think about it today, I still don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of a bit stuck on the design of this. I'm not entirely sure. But you know what? I feel like the best solution here is to just get to work on it and hope that something good comes out of it. So I am just going to get back to smelting some cobblestone. I'm going to start randomly placing some blocks in a way that I don't entirely understand. And hopefully I get something good out of this. Let's go. To be honest, this is taking way longer than I thought it would. I mean, like, we have most of it done and stuff. There's the walls, there's a floor, there's some kind of stuff outside. I think one of the only areas which I could maybe call somewhat complete right now is just this sort of scaffolding, and even still, that could do with some work. By the way, I want to put, like, a balcony here eventually and stuff. It's not just gonna overhang and be left like that. But, like, this whole house and stuff is taking way longer than I thought it would, and the reason why is just... Are they sitting in the boat? That's adorable! Yeah, one of the reasons why this project is taking way longer than expected, I think, is just because, like, it requires a lot of oak wood. Like, I had to collect a surprising amount of oak wood here, and to be fair, I've got a lot spare now, but, like, it just took a really long time, and I think you'll see in the time-lapse, probably, that, like, eventually I just took the area inside here and turned that into a tree farm temporarily. But no, I think we're going to have to leave the roof until later on. And the reason why is just because I don't have the resources that I want for it right now. Like, I don't even know what I want for it, really. So I think I'm going to leave it for a bit of time and everything. And, like, we'll return to it. But for now, I actually have other stuff which I need to get done. So, unfortunately, as much as I hate to leave a project incomplete, I'm going to need to leave you guys here with